Hi guys! One of the questions that I get asked quite a lot, what exactly did I do to overcome binge eating? So in this video, I'm going to take you through the exact steps that I did and followed to stop binge eating, overeating, and also to recover from my eating disorder.
Wherever you go, you'll never have to be alone, 'cause I'll be by your side.
Hello, my name is Eugenia and I'm the founder of Unlox'U. Welcome to this channel where I teach you how to regain your control around food with a mind plan instead of a diet plan. So let's get right into it. The first step that I did, so step number one, is focus only on the food and introducing fear foods. That's all I did for at least half a year. I looked into what were the foods that I binged on, so what were the foods that I was actually scared of eating, and started introducing them one by one. So for me, it was having peanut butter in the house and having peanut butter, a little bit of peanut butter every day. I started having bread in the morning every day, but also when I did feel like eating it, I allowed myself to eat that. I was having food like chocolate and cakes in the house to be able to have it there, and also then to eat when I really wanted it. The focus was to see this food as just normal food rather than seeing it as a bad or good food, and therefore wanting food that I feel like I couldn't have. So really working here with my psychology, because when we can have something, when we're allowed to have something, well, out of a sudden we don't really want that. So with time, I was eating really a variety of food, so that could be lentils and beans and bread and peanut butter and hummus and chickpeas. Food basically that I tried to avoid, things like pasta and rice. And with time, I didn't need to eat all of that, but for that period, for that half a year, it was really just the focus to have that, to introduce it so that my mind can relax and calm, and then don't see it as a big problem. I also was focusing on eating regularly, so not skipping meals, not trying to avoid eating meals. It was 3 main meals, having snacks in between, and if I needed more, then I had more. If I was hungry before going to bed, I was eating then as well. The focus was really to refeeding my body, but also relaxing my mind so it doesn't need to freak out if food is not available, because it thinks I'm going back into the starvation mode. So, and this is what I really would like to suggest that you do, to really focus on introducing all the fear foods first. It was scary. It was incredibly scary. And there were times when I guess I was freaking out a little bit, but all I did was take a breath in, knowing what I'm doing it for, and knowing that it will be easier with times. And it doesn't mean I need to have all of that food all the time. It just really, I reminded myself that this food is only here because I want to prove myself that I can have it and it's okay and I will be safe and I will be alive. And then when I don't want to have it, I can stop eating it if I don't really enjoy it. So really, to summarize it, all my focus was to become at ease and peaceful with food. And like I said, it took me about half a year. Step number two was also to take the focus away from my body. That means that I got rid of the scale. It means that I stopped measuring myself, I stopped checking my body size or shape all the time, which unfortunately I did before, and even body checking. So that means looking in the mirror to check, how is my stomach, how are my thighs, how am I this, how is my that. So I stopped doing that as much as I could. I still look in the mirror to see, okay, my face is all right, my clothes sit all right, but I didn't stand in front of the mirror, let's say naked, and checked out the different parts of the body that I didn't like. So my suggestion is that you do that to really avoid body checking, avoiding measuring your body, going on a scale, and really focus on just the food side, because the rest you can focus on it later on, but just not in the beginning. Point number 3, or step number 3, is that I stopped waiting for weight loss or stop waiting for a perfect body to live my life. And what I did was to wear clothes that I love, that made me feel good, because when I felt good, I was carrying myself. When I felt good, I was treating myself differently as well. I was feeding myself much better. And also because I felt good, I guess I felt different. I saw the world differently. And instead of waiting again until I get that perfect body, I went back and did all the things that I really wanted to do, not just only wearing clothes, eating food that I love without waiting for weight loss, having a cake now, not tomorrow. I went back to yoga, to dancing. I reconnected with my friends and started spending more time with them, and also speaking to them, opening up and sharing what was going on. I also reconnected then with my family, because through the time when I was struggling with eating, I kind of disconnected from them as well, because I just couldn't deal with anyone. I had too much going on for myself, so it was really important for me to again reconnect, to be social, to have my friends with me, my family, and that really helped me. The next point is my weight. I really would like to talk about the weight. I lost my weight that I gained because of binge eating about over a whole year. So within a year, I did not focus on my weight whatsoever. Clothes that were small, I didn't wear them. I didn't even try to wear them, and didn't really focus on it whatsoever. But slowly, I lost the weight, not because of any diets. I did not go on a diet. So really listen to point number 1 again. I was eating food that I needed to eat, and I just lost the weight because I stopped overeating. I stopped binge eating. I learned to reconnect with my hunger again, and my body then had the chance to get back to its normal weight, to weight that my body feels comfortable. I guess this brain told me what I should be weighing or what my body should look like. I also really would like to add that I did not exercise much throughout that time, and this is where I'm going to the next step. So the next stage, I guess, is the exercise that I'd like to talk about. I did not go to the gym up until now, and that is about 5 to 6 years ago. So that it all was happening. So for only 5-6 years down the track, I went to the gym because I really felt this inner desire to go back to the gym, to use some weights and really to feel the strength of my body. But even then, I was really scared that it might trigger those old thinking patterns. So what I did is I asked for a 1-week trial, and I explained to them what is happening and why I really would like to have that 1 week. And they said, yeah, that's fine, we can do that. So I went to the gym few times, 4 or 5 times during the week, just to see how I feel. And I felt great. I felt amazing. I didn't feel like my thoughts went back to it. And then I decided to join. Before that, the 5-6 years, I guess, in between, I was not exercising or doing any exercises to, let's say, lose weight or change my body. I was always moving because I'm naturally quite active and I naturally feel the need to move my body, but I did it in a way that just never felt like exercise. It was yoga and dancing and hiking, and sometimes the hikes are 6 hours, sometimes they're 3 days. So really, but I do it with other people. So it's using, I guess, that opportunity to connect with other people, but also move my body. And I love going on a bike ride, so I did that too. So yeah, it was basically moving my body in a way that never felt like exercise, but still be active, because at the end of the day, the focus should be on feeling good, on moving because it makes us feel good rather than because we want to change our body. So altogether, if I summarize it, and also the last point, what I did is to understand also what was triggering my binge eating. And for me, it was the constant body checking. It was constantly wanting to change the shape or the size of my body or the weight of my body. It's not allowing myself to eat certain foods. It's withdrawing from family and friends. It's withdrawing from activities that I loved. So all these things that basically were so important to me, I stopped doing all of them and was doing all these disordered eating behaviors that were only exacerbating then the relationship with food. So once I identified those, and I really need to say I got help and I got support, because I couldn't do that by myself anymore. I needed someone who could help me to look into it, to look into myself, to understand myself. And this is what I really would like to suggest to you. Get help, get support. You will recover so much faster that way, and then you can see it as your past, like I'm doing right now, and can share openly about your journey, about your story. So yes, once I've learned about what triggered my overeating and binge eating in my relationship with food, then I could really address those underlying and the actual reasons for it. And then also I learned then, if let's say those overeating urges came, what to do with them, how to overcome them, how to manage them. And also then with time I learned how to really reprogram my brain. Triggers happen in the future, how do I manage those? So it was like a long-term plan for me to be prepared and to set myself up for success going into the future. And guys, this is exactly what I teach in my Solve the Overeating Puzzle online self-study program. Exactly the steps. It's really from beginning to end program where I guide you step by step, the exact step that I took to overcome all of this, to fully feel in control with food, but on my body, being able to now even go to the gym or do whatever I like and whatever I want. So I teach you to do exactly the same, to identify your triggers, to understand what is causing your difficult relationship with food, then also learn how to manage those urges, how to manage when there are hard times, how to manage your maybe emotions and stress, and when you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, and then also have this long-term plan how to rewire your brain so that food is just a normal thing. It doesn't take all that space in your head, and you can really do what you love doing. Because what I noticed is when I started filling my life with all the things that are important to me, that I knew then what are important to me, I no longer needed food to fill my life because my life was already full. And that's exactly what I wish for you. So check out the online program. I will add the link below. It will be really worth it. And if you're not sure if this program is right for you, then contact me. I will add the link below as well. You can book a call with me, and it's a free call to discuss what are your challenges, what do you desire for yourself, and then we can really look into a specific plan if the online program is for you, maybe if personal coaching is better for you, or maybe a combination of both. I really would suggest to you go and get help and support. You will not regret that. I promise it to you. I never regretted that I got help and support. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that it helps you to understand the steps that I personally took to overcome binge eating, to stop overeating, and to regain control around food, but also to get my weight back to a normal weight where my body needs to be. So thank you so much. And again, I really believe we can regain our control around food, however, with the mind plan instead of a diet plan. See you soon, and in the meantime, check out those videos. Bye.